Good Friday morning, folks. Just out doing a little bit of trucking here because need to go over to Cleveland and grab a generator with a fuel tank on the back, flatbed, probably step deck, and run it down to Batavia, to Greco. That's the company that I pulled that stuff for the Mercedes-Benz deal when I did that in Atlanta. Except this is through a different broker. It's not through the same broker. It's not through directly them. It's through TQL. And I seen the load on Wednesday. I called about it. It was supposed to get picked up yesterday. Everything was good to go as far as I was concerned. Wednesday afternoon, I went to sleep. I get about a half hour away from where the pickup is, and I get a call from TQL saying, oh, the load's not ready. They still need to drain the fuel tank. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. They said, it'll be ready tomorrow morning. I'm like, dude, I just drove over almost 2 hours and 100 and some miles. What the hell? It's like, well, you still want to stay on it? I'm like, yeah, that's fine, but I'm gonna need some more money. It's like, yeah, we'll talk to the customer so we can get you some more money. So I'm like, okay, this is what I want. He's like, okay, so worst case scenario, give me this. I said, give me 3. I said, worst case scenario, at least get me 2 for my time in the miles, you know? And he's like, okay. Calls me back about 5 minutes later. He's like, I got you 250. I said, that'll work. So I'm on my way back over there to get it. I went back home. I looked for, I got on the load boards as soon as I just pulled over, went to a gas station, Vermilion, and sat there for about 45 minutes. I was on the load boards. Had a smoke, talked to Kim, things like that. Seen one load going from somewhere in Cleveland up to south of Detroit, and they only wanted 400. It was 156 miles. I'm like, dude, I'm 20 minutes away. See if you can get it to me for 5. The dude's never called me back, so who knows, man. I definitely wasn't trying to sit over there all day. After about 45 minutes of seeing the same loads, nothing changing. I told Kim, I said, fuck it, I'm coming home. So went home, cleaned the garage, and got everything ready because I ordered some paint yesterday for my striping and what I want to add to the truck. So that should be here by the time I get back from the semi-casual truck show, which is next weekend, Friday and Saturday. So I'm going to, already booked the load yesterday, going to Dublin, Virginia, that I'm picking up Monday. And so I'll be down in the area. I'm just going to go down there and work for the week, and then I'll be there on Friday. So I'll be there Friday and Saturday in Carlsville, Tennessee for the semi-casual truck show. And then after that, I'll be finding a load and probably head back north or doing a little bit of work and then coming back up to the house. That way I can start taping, masking, and getting that stuff done. When I drop this load in Batavia today, I will probably try to see if I can't find a load coming back north. I mean, as long as I can deliver either first thing Monday morning, it isn't too far from where I need to go to get my trailer in Monroe, which I could probably pick that up later in the afternoon. It really doesn't matter. I think they're open until 5. Or I could, drop something in the morning, or if I could drop something tomorrow, that would work too. So I guess we'll see what happens. Worst case scenario, I just bobtail from Batavia. It's only like 130 some miles away from the house, so it's really not that big of a deal if I have to turn around and just bobtail back. I stopped yesterday and I put some fuel in the truck. I didn't fill it up. I just grabbed more than a splash, you know. I just filled up the driver's side because I still had plenty of fuel from last week when I ran those carnival rides. And then this morning I stopped and I topped off all the way just in case I do find another load. I figured I'll take advantage of that because fuel is more expensive down south than what it is up here. So I figured I'm just going to do it right now. That way, for some odd reason, if I need some, I need some. If not, it's fine. I'll just get it. I'll be able to use it to come back and do whatever I need to without it. So without having to get fuel. So if I do grab another load that's a little bit, skimpier, it don't matter because what I'm doing now is taking care and paying for all that. So it's all good in the neighborhood, and that's what's going on today. On the go on the Chad Teagan YouTube channel. do one real quick. That way you can see what I got here. Fuel tank, they wanted it changed, so that's what they get, because all I had was the big ones. Not sure what else to do with them. So that's a normal one, like usual. That's a normal one. Couple straps back here. Tires are all good, meaty. And this place is super tight. As you can see, this is not a truck parking lot. There's a gate back there, and that's how they think they got this in. So I'm gonna have to pull up straight, back up and finagle, and then crank it when I leave here to get out of here. Do some zip ties on that. That's a fuel line, so that's cool. This right here, I mean, what can you do? The shit's tight, ain't going nowhere. Everything's good, checked everything, it's good. So you have to back up and squeeze around this corner right here. So that's what time it is. We doing it. Well, I'm just trucking here. I'm south of Columbus. I just got done going through Columbus. Still on 71. Just stopped right north of Columbus at a rest area to use facilities and check my load, make sure everything was good. Didn't have to tighten anything. Everything's still good. I haven't seen anything move. So, you know, from the 130 miles I had to go from the pickup there in Cleveland, but I did stop right after I got outside of, well, right before I was getting on 71, when I got out of the little area that I was at off Detroit Avenue and stuff like that. Checked that everything was cool, just wanted to make sure nothing was moving around, you know, that's what I do. So I get back in, and I'm maybe in the truck for 5 minutes, if that, truck long, and I feel something on my neck, and I got stung. Right this region right here, and I sit there and I pulled something out of my neck. I was instantly whacked with my right hand and grabbed something, and then I was like, what the fuck? Sitting there trying to wipe it off and hoping that it wouldn't go down in my shirt. I don't know what it was. I think it was a bee. I don't know. I think it hit off the mirror probably and then slung in and just stuck me right on the neck. But oh man, I pulled out some shit out of my neck, and oh dude, it hurt like the son of a bitch. And I thought to myself, great. I'm just hoping that like I don't blow up. I used to be allergic to this stuff and I'd blow up, and being on my neck, I'm like, man, I hope I don't blow up and my like throat start to close or anything like that. So I just, you know, tried not to freak out, kept myself calm, and just kept on rolling, because I mean, what else are you gonna do? I'm not gonna pull over for something like that right there in the middle of Columbus. Traffic was starting to get heavy too, so it was noon, so being liquid lunch for a lot of people on a Friday, but for me it was, shit, let's get through this before anything crazy happens. But I mean, I could feel it like going down in my shoulder, wrap around the back of my neck, things like that going up into my face and whatnot. I'm just like, fuck. But it's what it is. I'm fine now. I just told Kim, let her know, and she's like, oh my god. I'm like, yeah, it's all good, don't worry. So I'll get back with you later. Everything seems to be okay. We're just trucking along. Truck's doing fine. No issues shifting or anything like that. So that's all good. That situation that I had. And we got some action going on here. So I will be back. Well, that's delivered. I got a call from my guy from Infinity. And he says, hey, where are you at? I'm like, I'm headed to Cincinnati. Drop off this trailer. He's like, oh man, I got a load. He's like, how long are you gonna be in town for? I said, I'm probably bobtailing back home if I can't find something right when I'm done. He says, I got a load going up to Napoleon, Ohio from Cincinnati. It's an air conditioning chiller. I'm like, dude, if I could pick it up today, I would. So he calls the guy because I said, well, how much is the weigh? He's like 50,000. I'm like, come on, dude, there's no way those weigh 50,000. He's like, well, they're adding the trailer weights in. I'm like, it don't weigh that much, but if it really weighs that much, don't even bother calling, because I'm not gonna pull that shit. So he's like, okay, let me call him. I said, well, what time? He's like, well, could you get it today? So what time do they close? That's the thing, because it's 2:42 right now, and they closed at 3, and nobody would stay later for me to grab it. So, or I would have grabbed it today and ran up to Napoleon. Could have made $800 on my way back to the house, which would have been super. But it can't go until Monday because nobody wants to stay. So I told him, sorry, I'm already booked for a load Monday. That way I can boogie down to work my way over to Crossville for that show. So that's what's up. I'm headed home about 5:45-ish, maybe 6. Oh man, what's going on? It's Saturday. I'm back to house. Couldn't find nothing, so I just boogied home. you know, I already told you that, but yesterday I got home and my package had come from Spidoki Finished Products. I've got intercoat or mixing clear, and I've got 2K clear in here that I'd ordered, so that can go on the truck. I'm still waiting on some other things to come. I got the wagon on a charger because I want to back it out. I want to clean this side. I did clean this side the other day and straightened everything up because I needed some room, so this is a lot better. When I went to Cleveland that first day to get the load on Thursday, and they said there wasn't nothing, I looked around, I couldn't find anything, so I was like, piss on it. I'm going home. I gotta get this garage straightened out some. Pulled out the beetle, washed it, cleaned it up, threw a little bit of wax on the windows and stuff like that. I did get a tint of overspray from the metallic on here, probably when I was shooting the visor and this guy right here. When it was sitting on the table there, it must have sucked in and got some on here. You can see it faintly, but not too bad. Not really worried about it too much. I plan on giving this thing a once over. It's needed it for a while. I'd usually just use that spray wax as you dry, and it keeps it pretty clean and sparkle buggy for little Miss Muffet when she wants to drive it. But we haven't really drove either of these cars all summer because we just haven't. Like, she doesn't go anywhere, and she just takes the Cadillac if she does go anywhere. And since she doesn't leave the house to work, there's no point to register it or tag it, you know, for a year and just have it sit. So, and same thing with this thing. I never even took them out of storage insurance, so they're just on the storage insurance. But I'm getting ready to wash the blue truck because it is a complete mess. It got nasty yesterday, and I just need to address some things on it. I ran through down 115 when I was coming home and just got smoked by some bugs, so my windshields are freaking disgusting. You can see that crap on there. And then there's a bunch of gnats and shit that were all over, so I've got all over, like the windows were open and stuff, so I've got gnats all over on the inside. I've got to clean out and whatnot, and just kind of get it sexed up for the show, even though I guarantee I'll wash it again next week when I'm down there right before I pull in, because they had a hose, and that's what you could wash your stuff. And then on Friday at like 10, they said they pulled it and said we got to get other people set up here, so you couldn't wash. And luckily I was the last person to be able to wash. So now I may touch up the lettering here. I've got the cutout still in here from the first time, so if I wanted to, I can use that wax cleaner. That'll peel all that stuff off, and then I can go back and just, you know, do that if I want to. I can't remember what I did with those, if I had a stencil or if I drew those on, but that can only use touch up. But I could spray that if I wanted to after I clean that stuff off, but I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. But I am going to pressure wash the truck. Pulled this stuff out because it was sitting under the wagon, and blew it off really quick, because what I'll probably do is open this back gate, drop the seat, and store some stuff back in there. Yeah, you can see how dirty this is, and oddly enough, this really didn't look like it got any of the metallic overspray, but I don't know because I haven't cleaned it. This gray's a little bit of a metallic anyways, once if there's clear on it and it's clean, so it's not really that big of a deal. Like, here's probably the best section of the original paint right here in this. That's where some of the bottom trim still looks really good. Other than that, you know, it's kind of roached out, but I like that patina look, so it's all good. Yeah, I'm just trying to get the garage out cleaned up and stuff, that way when I do come home, I don't have a big mess to deal with and shit like that. I'm just trying to utilize my time while I'm at the house, because I am going to take off on Monday and head down south and then be down there for the semi-casual show next weekend. So hopefully anybody in the area can come by and see me. That'll be sweet to meet new people, see old friends, and do all that stuff. But then when I get back home, it'll be time to boogie on the truck. And I also want to, you know, I'm gonna tape some things off and spray some lines, and I'm worried about tape lines and stuff like that. So I'm gonna probably test out some 2000 in this region and see if I can't knock that down a little bit and see how smooth I can get that line without mucking too much stuff up, because that trim goes right around here. So that's the outer line of that trim piece. That's why I sprayed in, so that will never be gone. But I plan on putting some stuff right in here in this region, and I want to try and get rid of, like, that's completely smooth, but you can see that modeling right in here where that kind of sagged a little bit. And in this section I want to sand down some And I'll probably try to get all this rougher stuff out today, maybe, if I can. I don't know how much time I'll have. I just got a lot of shit to do. It's supposed to rain at 1 or 2, so I really don't have too much time. I'm gonna get that taken care of. That way, if it gets rained on, it's fine. Probably wash Grandma's truck too, and then charge this up, and maybe tomorrow, if I'm lucky, in the morning, I'll be able to back this out, clean the rest of this side, and wash this down and get it all cleaned up, and you know, just get the dust off and stuff like that. It's pretty grody just from sanding and shit like that. There's stuff all over the hood, so it's, I mean, everywhere, obviously, but you know, once in a while you gotta take a break from what you're doing and try to get things cleaned up. So that's what's up. Just gonna get back to it here and start my day, if you know what I'm saying. Move that out the way. The old cistern here pumping. Wash Grandma's truck real quick. Blue truck's washed and it's clean. Didn't spray any of that. Move the Cushman here. I think the wagon's charged up enough. Get the old garage door closed, that way I can keep any water from getting on my edge. That way, if I need to, when I wax it, I don't have to worry about that shit, and I just clean the dust off and go. But this thing, we're almost at 25, 50%. I don't know. It's been charging for a couple hours. Did throw some stuff in the back here, so let's slide into Big Kahuna real quick and see if we can get her to crank over. Hopefully we can. If that's the case, I'll let the thing run for a little bit and then back her out. The old exhaust smell up in the garage. Amps. Engine. Nope, still too dead. Son of a bitch. I doubt the old top down make it happen, so we'll let it sit on here. It might be something that happens tomorrow, if you know what I mean. Well, it's moving, but yeah, not quite. Not quite. 75% dead. So we'll see. Usually it takes an overnighter for me to get that thing to go, but at least I got the other two things done, and move on to the next thing, I suppose. Maybe I'll go and sand down the gray truck a little bit. I don't know. I guess we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens today. If I don't get to it, I don't get to it, but I'd like to. I did find my 2000 grit that I had under some shit on top of the hood, and I'll probably take that out and hit those spots and see what happens, because I definitely don't want to do no 400. I think this is a 400. I can't remember where my other pads are at. I think one's 8,000 maybe, or 800, and I don't remember what this one is. This one's super soft here, but everything's pretty much off of it, so I don't even know if this would even do anything. So I guess we'll see what happens when I bust that out, you know what I mean. Well, just out here doing a little wet sanding. Kim just had some people over. She was doing her hair, so I figured I'd take some time for a few minutes and do some of this real quick to check it out. This is all smooth right here. This is where that modeling was at. Obviously, I got a little bit light right here, but I plan on having my stripes come all the way in this section, so this will be covered probably, unless I darken this up and put the dark metallic, that iron or steel, dark steel that I had on. But yeah, I'm just got me a water bottle right here, just hosing her down, and then taking the old 2000 and just freaking rubbing on it, and it seems to do okay. It's pretty much smooth for the most part. Even though you can see some of that stuff, it's still a little lumpy, but you can see all that metallic that was built up coming out when I'm doing this here. And pretty much once that dark color's gone, it's smooth. So that's how I know when to stop. But I got a little excited right here because I was just trying to get it completely smooth, which this is completely smooth, except like even this spot right here where it's darker, it's still smooth. So I've got to stop every once in a while just to check the stuff out. And this is smoothing this panel out pretty nice. I mean, yeah, you can still see that, but that is extremely smooth. So baby's butt smooth. So you just gotta kind of check it out and stop and feel it. If you can still feel it, then I know it's there. So I mean, that's what it looked like before. You can see that modeling in there, how big that bulgy that was. Fish eyes modeling, whatever you want to call it. Orange peel, anything that's orange peel is just like going right away, so I'm not too necessarily worried about that. But you know, just getting on this, that way when I do get back, hopefully, I guarantee by the time I get back, everything else that I ordered will be in. So once I get that, then we'll go from there with what I plan on doing, and I'll have to tape the thing out. This is probably about maybe a half hour right here is where the sanding, so it's not too bad. Yeah, that's this right here. Besides this stuff at the top that's a little bit thicker, like this stuff right here in the middle is completely smooth. There's a little bit right here, and then right in here I need to get still. Right there. You can kind of see it too when you look at the panel, but other than that, it's not too bad. I can't tell if there's something on here or not. It could be that stuff building up. You know, once that stuff gets a little bit lighter, it's smooth enough for me, and I don't even have to get it completely. I'm not necessarily pressing down hard either. I'm just doing a light sand here, so I'm not using too much energy, if you will. So yeah, I can still feel that. I can still feel that. Sorry, just spraying that paper off. Hopefully I didn't get you too much. But right there. Pretty much got a handful of spots like I need to do to this. Some of this stuff I'm really not too worried about because it is a Frankenstein truck, but at the same time I still want it smooth. That way when I go to add clear or anything like that, or if I add other paint over it, I don't want it just rippling up over it or having lumpy spots. So I know this isn't a professional job, but if you want to get somewhat decent results, you got to do the work, and well, more sanding. Well, it is what it is. I don't know why this one spot just does not want to come down any. Okay, that's getting there, but yeah, that's some buildup right there, folks. That's what happens when you shoot stuff at night in the dark and not far enough away. Since it was single stage, I just wanted to lay one coat, one actual coat versus spraying a light coat. I knew I didn't have the time, so that's what my mind and frame of thinking was when I was doing that. Get that to come down just a skosh. That's the only spot is right there. You can see it kind of turning color, so yeah, it's getting there. I just need to get some up in here. Yeah, that's pretty decent. And I'm doing this wet. I could do this dry with this 2002, but I figured I'll do it wet and try to keep it to where I'm not taking too much off at a time and causing any problems with like kind of what I did down here. But I mean, I had to do that to get that stuff smooth because of how thick it was. Like this stuff looks like it's ripply, but it's not. It's smooth. So yeah, that's smooth right there now. Right there, right there, right there. Once I see that darkness gone, I'm usually pretty good. So yeah, it's gonna rain here in a little bit, so I don't know how much longer I'll do this. So I figured I'd just get your eyes on this. This will probably be the end of this video. It's probably long enough, if not too long. I've had some, you know, occasionally I have that one or two guys saying your videos are too long. I only like this many minute videos. Well, sorry pal, I like to make sure I get everything in there that I'm gonna get in there and not cut a bunch of stuff out when I'm making videos. So I do what I gotta do, and If it's a long video, it's a long video. Plus, sometimes I do more than one day, so it's not like I'm just doing one video a day. You know, sometimes it's could be 2 or 3 days combined. Sometimes it's just one day. Just depends what I'm doing. Yeah, it's getting ready to rain here, so I'm gonna have to close up shop and go inside and hang out with the lovely little Miss Muffet, see what she's up to. You know what I mean? Do some rain day activities, if you will. Some rain dancing. That's not too bad. I mean, I'll come back and hit whatever I need to. Oh, and for anybody that I did get a few comments on the old shifter when I was doing that. That's a C model truck. It's got circle headlights. This an E model truck. It's got square headlights. There's a few differences over on them that we can go over really quick. The C model has a notch right here with a light in it. The E model has cables coming out right here, so that whole thing that's on the C model is not right here. It's those two cables. Everything's different. It's heim joints that connect right here. That shifter box is completely different than the one on the back of the truck, so there's a few differences here. The E model has a small shifter right here. Doesn't have the thing that goes down the floor, and yes, I've got a leak somewhere, so I've got this catching it. I'm not sure if it's coming from up there again or not. Or I've got some things open. So that's some of the things that you can tell right away when you're looking at trucks. If it's a C model, 84-ish, 83-ish, older, circle headlights. This is what I was talking about for the light. And then here's that shifter. And there's that housing back there, so there's a difference. I mean, I've got videos when you Google stuff for searching for parts and whatnot for trucks, for E model, C model, shifter. You type in shifter linkage for a K100. Videos that I made and put out on YouTube will pop up. There's when I changed the cable shifters in this one, there's something with the blue truck, and there's another one with me doing it down to Marla, James Pretty's truck, when I put the cable shift in that. So usually when I Google stuff, my own shit pulls up, unfortunately. So if I can't find something online, I'm pretty much screwed, because I'm the only one putting content out here about this stuff. So it's what it is. But hopefully y'all enjoy. Have a good one. Next time I see you, I'll see you. When I see you, I don't know when I'll see you, but like, share, subscribe, comment. Until then, you know what we say. We will see you. If you don't like it, buy an old truck like that and go truck yourself.